Hello everybody, Void Ranger coming at you from the Great Dark Beyond today with a review for the Deluxe Shogun Megazord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Season 3 to be precise. This is kind of the big boy Megazord of MMPR. I mean, I guess you could say the Thunder Megazord was kind of large too, but to me this one's the one I think of when I think of just sheer power and all that kind of stuff. It's also kind of the weirdest one, in my opinion, of MMPR, considering it's humanoid, yet animalistic, yet kind of blocky, powerful, not really explained super well in the show, because why bother? We're just trying to sell toys here. So there are a few differences between the Japanese and the American version of this. Also, the American version and the show, because it relies on Japanese footage. So the toys themselves are pretty cool looking. I mean, humanoid Zords are pretty neat in theory. I mean, we've had animals or dinosaurs or what have you up until this point, but it is kind of nice to see something different. We'll start here with Adam Zord, which I don't think these ever got any kind of specific names aside from Ancient Zords. I know they had a roll call once where they were like Ancient Frog Zord or whatever, but I haven't seen season 3 in a long time, but I feel like they just kind of said, oh, these are the Ancient Zords, and they run off the power of the Falcon Zord. So I wonder if they were like blank slates, but then when the ninja powers were infused into them, that's why they took on the characteristics of each Ranger's power coin. But I don't know. That's the lore nerd in me. I could be misremembering, so whatever. But there's good detail in here. This plastic isn't super solid. It feels kind of soft, in my opinion. I mean, but the rock detailing is neat. A weird thing I've noticed about this, I've owned this Zord a few times over the years. This is the first one I've ever had that actually had the stickers. This is one of those that I feel like I see all the time, and there are never stickers on them. I don't know if people just didn't like the stickers or what. I never owned this new or anything like that, but this is the first release I've ever seen with a sticker set actually put on there. That said, some of the stickers are peeling off. They're not all gone, but yeah. They all, even though are different, like 4 of them share the mold among each other. So I guess there's 2 sets of, there's 3 molds across 5 characters. There we go. If my brain would work, I could actually do this. But they all have like very similar characteristics. These are stickers on their belts, but the gold kind of matches this bronze, or I guess it's gold, chrome-ish look. And then they all have silver on their arms. There's no real articulation in the feet for them, but they can rotate their hands and arms like a basic action figure. They also have weapons. I don't have the weapons. I don't think I've ever seen this in real life with the weapons, only on pictures. And, you know, to be fair, I'm not even sure those are real, because I mean, Photoshop exists. How do I know it actually came with weapons? That said, all the head sculpts are unique, and they do take after the Ninja Zords, of course. So Adam is a frog, like the kind you kiss to get a handsome prince, etc., etc. Johnny Youngbosch is pretty handsome. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. So yes, this is the frog. He does things. What those things are, I don't know. We'll go with the bear next and knock over the wolf. The bear shares the same basic mold with the frog. You can just stay down, Billy. I am done with your nonsense today. It has the weirdest head, I think, of all of them. I'll try to get the camera to focus, but it's a small screen on it, so I can't really tell if it's doing it or not. So, like I said, unique bear design. This mountain design, or I don't know what the hell it is, but it is what it is. Again, I like this shade of yellow. It doesn't cross into that weird dark orange yellow that I don't like. It's bright, it's fun, it's floral, it's appropriate for yellow. It matches the Yellow Ranger. I don't know if I don't remember if Ninja Yellow or God, my Sentai knowledge is failing me, but the yellow Alien Ranger had this shade, but I'm pretty sure they do actually match, so that's kind of neat. But yeah, same basic thing. Rotate the arms. Tons of fun there, like mountains of fun. Oh God. So next we'll go with little crybaby over here. Billy just wants to fall over and throw a temper tantrum. Actually, I think the bottom of this review station is off somehow, like unbalanced. I don't know how that's possible, but that might be a problem for my actual table. So hope I don't eat dinner here. I don't. So like he's missing a sticker here, but not on this side. And I don't know if it seems pink is too, so it's possible that they just didn't include one because that side isn't visible if you put the arms on correctly. I don't know what the deal was there. But blue was actually darkened for the toy release. It's more of a sky blue color in the Japanese release than on the show because Alien Blue was kind of a lighter color. In fact, I'd say it's more like this color than this shade of blue. But this has a different mold than the frog and the bear, and it shares its mold with pink/white if you have the Japanese version. You can rotate its arms around, but the connection utility here, this weird backpack thing, can get in the way, but it's nothing like game breaking or anything. I kind of wish these were detachable pieces, kind of like the Ninja Megazord had the face plates for the wolf and the ape when they were forming fists. That would have been kind of neat, I guess. And you know, this doesn't actually do anything. There are no actual legs. This converts to a fist, but you can't move it around or anything. Not that I was expecting to, but it kind of goes hand in hand with none of these having any leg articulation. And pink, I mean, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you already know that this pink is fan fiction. It is not real. It's actually white in the show and in the Japanese version. For whatever reason, Bandai just didn't think we soft, emotional, snowflake Americans could not handle a white Zord, and that it had to match the Pink Ranger. I would say Kim, but Kim I don't think ever piloted this Zord. She was around, but she was all flight captured and stuff. So I believe Kat and Tommy were the only two who ever went in here. That said, it's not pink, it's white, but after all these years, I kind of love the pink Shogun Zord. Yes, I would prefer a white one. If I had a white one, I would display it with the set and leave her off to the side, but I will never ever discard the pink Shogun Zord. You are precious, and we love you, and we thank you for your hard work. But aside from that, she has no articulation that blue didn't have. Shade of pink is not really a different shade of pink. That's two jokes in one review. I'm sorry. But it gets good. It matches Kim or Kat or whoever you want to pretend is in here. It does not match Tommy, but Tommy has a Falcon Zord, so it's fine. The sculpt is neat. I like it. And I also like that even though it's clearly pretending that it's white, supposed to be a crane, because it has a very generic kind of almost helmet shape, like a roadside worker helmet shape. It can work as a falcon as well. So if this were white, it would work like Tommy's Zord. So now she wants to fall over. Maybe it's a defect in the feet of the fist. I don't know. So the big boy of the show is not much bigger and definitely not much more intricate aside from his chest and head. I guess the feet are something, but they're useless. They do nothing. You got red here. The Ancient Ape Zord. He has the same basic arm rotations as everybody else. He's got a belt flap that flops up. Maybe not the right term to use in that case, but we're going to just go with it. He's got his ape face, which is rather humanoid. He doesn't have the beard that the ape had on the Ninja Megazord, so it actually just looks like a person wearing like a Naruto headband or something. I don't know. But he's got these giant palace-shaped feet, which kind of form the whole castle look of the Shogun Megazord, which is part of why I like it, because it's this giant Japanese palace. It might not be a palace, I don't know. I might be getting it wrong. Please don't crucify me. I don't mean it that way. I just mean it looks like a castle or a palace or something. You'll see these things sticking out of him, which you probably won't see on the show, because you can store the Shogun Megazord helmet in here. You know, if you're displaying it in individual Zord forms, which I don't generally do, but that's it. He's not very fancy. His silver paint looks good, and it's the same silver paint that's around everybody, but he's special because on the belt, there's actually a sticker here, so it's tricksy. The other ones are not like that. But yeah, so let's get to the fun part and transform him and show you the Shogun Megazord. So it's pretty simple. Since they all share basically the same molds, the transformation is very much similar to a lot of them. You pop the backs off on red, yellow, and black, and it's very similar to the ape in the Ninja Megazord. You just fold the fists inside, close it up, you take the legs here, and just snap them out, push them forward, and lock them into place. So there's that. You can go in kind of whatever order you want to as well. So make sure they don't turn on their axes, and then close them up. So then you take red over here, and I think they're lined up right. I don't have a picture for reference. Maybe I should start doing that in printing. I don't know, whatever. So open his back up, remove the Shogun Megazord helmet. We'll come back to him later, and then you'll see you can fold the arms in. Now they'll fit. Don't try to fit it all in there at once or it will not go over well. You can fold up this fake Lightning S, which is definitely different, and you can order replacements from 3D printers if you want to, which I'm going to touch on that in a second. But then you take the legs and you fold them up and rotate this piece around, and then just click it. It now becomes like a skirt or something. But then these pieces open out. And they might already be open when you store it, I don't know. But you just click these two together and open it, and there you have it. So it's pretty easy. You'll have these little, they're not really, there's little, I guess, friction clips here, but they just connect. That's it. So boom, you've got a Zord with no arms and really no good head. So let's lift it up and I'll give you kind of a better view going up. Anyway, so you want the sticker side for blue out, and he's pretty easy. We'll start with the feet, which turn into the fists. You just fold them forward, and then you pop the arms up and kind of push them into themselves, and then push them down. Make sure this is, well, I mean, I guess you don't have to make sure, but they just connect to the pegs there. So you got a giant fist. And the same for Pinky here. So and I have actually seen, apparently a lot of people lost the head to the crane in the Ninja Megazord, I guess because it's tiny, and the head here for the Shogun Megazord. But you fold out its mask, and there's a little piece here which this kinda clips under. I've never had it be a secure connection in any of them I've ever owned, but you just fold the wings down and you finish the formation. So there you have it. There's the Shogun Megazord with pink arm. So if you want to be a purist, you can pretend it's white. Again, I don't have that yet. And Shogun Megazord, like the Japanese versions, are extremely expensive, and finding people to customize them without ruining them is a risky gamble. So I don't know what I'm going to do right now. I do, however, have the sword, which is fine. I don't like the hollow side showing on the outside, so I always put it in the pink hand. If you'll remember, this is a flaming sword in the show, which would probably cause hazard issues with children, so it is not on fire, sadly. And the Ninja Megazord in the movie used it, even though it didn't have a sword in the Sentai footage. I like this sword. Like I said, he's big and bolty. He reminds me of the Rescue Megazord, which comes later, obviously. I just like, he's not so bulky that he looks ridiculous, but he looks imposing and powerful. Very neat looking design. I love the kind of castle, palace, rock formation design he has going on. And something else I like, and let's see if I can do this correctly. Zoom into his head. If you notice, his head is the shape of a paper crane, which I think is really cool and a neat way to tie it back into the design of the Ninja Megazord. Now, yes, I know in Kakuranger, their reveals were flipped. They got the Shogun Megazord first and then the Ninja Megazord second. But regardless, the crane is a nice little tie it in together touch. So looks neat. It can combine with the 1995 Falcon Zord, which I don't own, so I can't show you that. Sorry. But I'm sure if you are looking up this review, chances are you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I apologize. Google Shogun Mega Falcon Zord and you'll see it. But the wings close up here and go between the arms and the red body there, and it becomes cannons, which is kind of neat. Ha! It's canon. Anyway, I hope one day we get a Lightning Collection version of this with the proper color. I love you. It's fine. I hope too that if Hasbro ever introduces that, maybe they'll, I mentioned this in the Legacy Falcon Zord review, maybe they'll be nice and let the Legacy Falcon Zord work with their version. I don't know what the rights and stuff with that is, if the ports are protected by trademarks. I don't know any of that stuff. Whatever. Maybe one day I'll also own the weapons for this if we don't get a Lightning Collection version of it. But the chances of me finding the weapons that aren't super expensive, just like the official ones, very low. And 3D printed ones, there's only a few places to get them. This is a tangent, I'll try not to go off on it, but they're expensive. They don't cost much to manufacture because I have to buy 3D printing filament often. It's not expensive. So it's literally just a, I can do this, you can't markup, which I don't really appreciate or like. So maybe somebody will be super nice and tell me where to find 3D printing files that maybe somebody has uploaded for the community to use. Anyhow, but those are your two options if you're missing weapons, which, you know, works out for, in some cases, but I really wish people didn't gouge for those things. But that's it. That's my tangent. I'm not going to go off on it anymore. Hopefully you like this. I think this thing looks really cool on the shelf. You can also 3D print replacement accurate, like show accurate emblems. I don't know. I guess that's an emblem. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. To be the actual like Japanese symbol that's supposed to be there. This was, I feel like, the last time we had a radically Americanized toy release. Like, yeah, we're missing paint applications and stickers and are different and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like this is the last time where they're like, oh, kids can't handle a Japanese symbol, here's a lightning bolt that also looks like an S. I don't know, but this Zord's cool. I've always enjoyed it. I love the colors. I love the pink Shogun Zord, even if it's not supposed to be. I would love a blue one that is right and a white one that is right, or correct with like the color scheme. One day maybe we'll get a lightning one if Hasbro is listening. We still don't know what their plans are for our Lightning Collection Zords as of this recording in January of 2020. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to check me out on Instagram at OldGod@Machinations and on Twitter at OGMachinations. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, all that YouTube jargon as I call it. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye!